Alright, so here we are on site. So just got a few things to do today. Just going to try to sort these, sort this part, for the drain there, and an opening for the drain there to do, and the rest will just get decked. I'm going to try and fill that bit in while I've got all my gear out. It's actually quite surprising how much gear you need just to do a deck. There's some over here. There's a router, jigsaw, table saw, droppy. One right here in the middle. Just sort of what I'm talking about is, I was going to just make a line there, a cut. Now I'm thinking, well, it's going to look a bit weird against the wall, so I reckon I might just put another bit of timber here so I can make this break like 13 mil away from the wall, so the whole lid just sort of pops off, and when it's on, it just looks nice, Right, okay, so I think that's what I'm kind of thinking. Let's get this block in here. So we'll probably just measure the decking to here somewhere then, and get that done. So I've cut those two, so I'll probably just butt into them and get my cut for here, and then we'll just carry on. Okay, let's just see how this looks. Okay, so what I've done for myself is just to rip like a 13mm block. That's how far you have to be away from the house as a minimum by code. And I'm just going to put a little scribe on it. I won't go all the way because I think this brick is not like perfectly square, but what I'll do is I'll just get it started there, and then I'll just cut it so it's still nice and square for the lid. Yeah, so I think I like that. I think that's sort of yep. Okay, well this is roughly the idea. So I got the boards pre-cut. That's going to be my lid. I'm just going to make sure that these two are switched around so the boards match all the way through. And I'm pretty lucky. I think it's going to roughly land on the full board. Maybe I'll have to rip that a little bit. So all I really have to do is just cut that bit and just scribe around here so it looks tidy, and maybe rip this board off a little bit because actually not too bad. Yeah, actually I might not even have to touch it. Maybe just have to notch it a touch just around the pipe. Yeah, so pretty happy with that. It's just my favorite part, cutting around the pipes. The problem with this is usually I'd cut just a hole so these can just go in, but because somebody's glued that on, there's no way I can take it apart. So the lid, for the lid to come out easy, later, I'm gonna have to kind of make like these little oval things, which is, look, it is what it is. Like, I can't really cut the pipe and put another bit on because it's just so close. So they're just gonna have to stay as they are, I think, in this case. So we'll just try and get them as close as possible. Just get them close to parallel, so that's about 90, that's about 92, so okay. So I'm just going to mark my center. There and there. Okay, let's have a go. First test fit. So I'll just match it up roughly 13 mil there and roughly 13 mil over here. And I think that looks really even. Might just need to touch up just around there a little bit. But other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Once it's got a nice routed edge on it, it'll look even better. I mean, they're all just rough cuts for now, so I'll tidy that up. And yeah, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so I think I might yeah, got to this bit on the end here. So I think I'll just put it together, time lapse it so you guys can just see how it all goes. Yeah, not exactly sure how I'm going to put it together. I think I'm just going to try and just get that first gap right, and then this board will come up to it, and then just make sure these two fit in good, and then this third one can just, I'll just see if I have to notch around that pipe, but we'll see. I'll just time lapse it because I might be here for a little while. I thought I was going to make a nice cut and show you guys how mint it was, and then I completely messed it up. So I scribed it, like lined it up there, scribed the edge of it, and then I didn't realize that there's a bit of framing there. Yeah, so now I'm gonna have to do it again now because I just can't have like frame be visible. And it looks yeah, a lot better now. I can't see the frame. I mean, you can still see it through the gaps, but that's, you know, part of having a gap, but can't really see it there, which would have been I don't know, I'm willing to bet nobody would have ever saw that, but it would have kept me awake. And then I got this part done. I haven't screwed it yet, so this side it looks nice and tidy, and then I cut around the pipe. This pipe does sort of move, but I got it as close as I could, and then it looks nice kind of coming along that gap and that gap, so everything looks nice and even. So yeah, I'm going to screw that down and I'll be happy with this part. It's not going to really bother me now. And I mean, on this edge, the ground will come up, so I'm not going to put a face on. I'm just going to put the lawn right up to it, and I think that will be it for there. Because of the lip just hides everything, and I mean, I just feel like if I put anything there, it'll just rot. Like, it'll rot so quickly because it'll be right against the ground. So it's rather just leave the H4 boundary joist that I've got in there right up against the ground. Yeah, so we'll screw this down and we'll start working on this. Oh, missed the screw. But yeah, I think that looks all right. So I'm gonna just move on to here and there, get that screw line in. Happy with that. Just gonna get that fixed down.